Are you recognizing, despite all the ups and downs we've had in the last year or a couple of years, that there's some positive elements that are showing up in you, that you actually are changing in ways that are better? Have you noticed, for example, that your intuition is really starting to work for you in a more than random wild card way? That you're starting to get a real feel for life, feel for things. You can start to read the room, read people, read signals, and you don't feel quite so lost and pushed around in life? Or have you noticed that you're sensitive to vibration, to energy, to conversation, to intention, and that you're getting more information than just what's coming at you from the physical world? These are all indications that you are becoming a new human, that you are leaving the 3D world of fear and contraction, which has been very intense lately, and you are beginning to level up to this energy of expansion, that you're shifting, your priorities are shifting, your sense of motivation is shifting, even, dare I say, your confidence is shifting, and it's starting to return to you in a way you can't quite explain. Well, my name's Sonia Choquette. Thank you for coming today. If you're new to my channel, I welcome you, and I'm really thrilled you're here. Maybe your spirit led you here. And if you're back, thanks for sticking with me. This week, we're going to be talking about how you, in fact, already are starting to show big signs of being a fifth dimensional person living in the fifth dimension, and some tools to accelerate that immediately and start bringing back to you some real joy. So stick around and let's get to it. And the biggest difference between someone who's living in the third dimension of ego is you're basically living in your head. You're living in your fears and you're living in your projections, but you're also living in other people's heads, which is a scary thought if you think about it, because you're so inundated with everybody else's fearful thoughts that it just gets to a point where you feel like you are captured by a frequency of fear that is controlling you. Now, the person who's moving into the fifth dimension, it has only so much tolerance for that. Have you noticed that you're kind of getting sick of that yourself, that being stuck in your head habit? You just aren't willing to spend a day or a week or a whole night in that anymore, that you really are being motivated to do something different. That's because your sense of awareness is shifting, and your sense of identity is shifting from this ego threatened perception, 3D, to your heart, where you're starting to activate and open up. You're starting to feel more energetically connected. You're starting to recognize my intuition is working and my sensitivity is amplifying. I am actually recognizing that there's an energy that goes beyond my body that's still a part of me. And when that energy is in my heart, things go really well. So what I'd like to talk about today is how to actually start to shift your identity from 3D headspace to 5D heart-centered identity, to accelerate this process, because the more quickly you become acclimated to the fifth dimension and start living from that identity, the better your life will be, and the more effective you'll be in bettering the lives of those around you, for real. So the first thing to do is to have the experience of being in your heart. I know just about everybody I talk to says, I want to be in my heart. But because they've had such a traumatic life, wounded childhood, not witnessed, sensitive, shut down, that their heart becomes super defended. So it feels like life bounces off of it. And it's hard to experience love and connectivity from the universe when your heart is closed. So we're going to open it today and have that experience. First thing I want you to do is take one hand and put it on your heart, and the other one put it on your belly, and just exhale like you're emptying. I call it empty the garbage. You're emptying everything in your head, by pulling your belly to your spine and just pushing it out. And having that intention that I'm emptying. The new human has the empty, open mind instead of the busy, noisy, closed mind that closes the heart. So empty. The other way to empty that's very effective is, oh. Now you want to breathe in through the heart hand to the count of 4 and hold for 2, and then breathe out, pushing your belly to your spine to the count of 6 with the empty process. Breathing in to the heart, out. And then you want to add this. When you breathe into the heart, start recalling out loud things you love, people, situations. Doesn't matter. I love chocolate. I love coffee. I love my puppy. I love wearing beautiful things. I love disco music. I love playing with my granddaughter. I love walking through the park. I love the zoo. I love sitting quietly in the morning. I love a good pillow. I love great underwear. Whatever you love and makes you smile. When you exhale, just think empty. Like everything else that doesn't vibrate to the frequency of love that speaks to me goes. So I breathe in, I love. And you recall and name the things. It could be wildly varying as I love my partner and I love chili. I love burritos. It doesn't matter. Just breathing in and gives you that feeling of your heart opening. Ah, I love this. And then empty everything else. If you do that for a couple of minutes, maybe 2-3 times a day, in a week, you're going to have an enormously different experience. One that will start bringing you back more synchronicity, more spontaneity, more joy. And you can level it up pretty exponentially if you start now verbalizing wherever you go. I love that. I love this. I love this beautiful day. Today I was walking through the Regent's Park in London by myself. It was a beautiful day. And I must have said 50 times out loud, walking by myself, oh my God, I love these gorgeous colors in the park. I love the trees. I love the ducks. I love the lake. I love this place. And everybody must have thought I was crazy. However, several people heard me burst out laughing, and several said, I love it too. So it just sent waves of good vibration and connectivity out. So if you do this, and I mentioned it in our last video, but changing the channel very simply from I hate, which is 3D, to I love, which is 5D, is a really quick way to shift into the frequency that you want to be in. And the 2 most common words right now, I read this and it was very disheartening, but I had to agree that it sounded accurate, was the words I hate. I mean, you listen to a conversation. I was at lunch with my daughter yesterday, and there was a group of women having lunch next to us, having a good time, but loud and laughing. And I heard many times, oh, I just hate my hair. I hate my butt. I hate this lunch. I hate that I have to go back to work. They were laughing and having fun, but what they kept expressing is, I hate, I hate, I hate. Very unconsciously. The trouble with that is the most powerful wand of magic we have is our words. And when you say these very debilitating, energy-sucking words, it just pulls the light out of your being. And what we want to do when we are leveling up, there's 2 things we need. We need light and we need love. You can see the light in your eyes. You can see the light in your smile. You can see the light off your face when you say, I love, when the heart opens. So you have to train yourself to start acknowledging and recognizing what you love, and to get the mindset, the outlook, the self-looking outlook of love. I love, and you can say things about yourself that you love. I love that my feet walk. I love that I can sit up. I love how I laugh. I love that my back is working today. The thing is, we're not in the habit, so it's So that doesn't come out. But when you start saying I love, it really changes things. Now, I'm going to give you a third suggestion, and this is a game changer, but it's going to ask a little bit more of you. Have you ever noticed your attitude when it comes especially to people asking of you favors and things to do? Now, this isn't about boundaries and no, go away, leave me alone. This is about, yeah, I'm in relationship with people and we help one another, we interact, but how we interact is really a big deal. When someone asks you to do something, how do you respond? I watch and observe. Often we pretend we didn't hear it. Will you go change I was with a friend of mine at her house with her family last week, and she said, will you tell her husband, will you go get the laundry out of the washer and put it in the dryer? He's sitting an inch from her, pretending he didn't hear it. She waited a minute. She said, did you hear me? And he's like, what? And it's such a game. She said, would you please go take the laundry out and put it in the dryer? It's your day to do the laundry. He's like, fine. And he was really not nice about it. Then she got annoyed. So drama. Well, I remember when I had a bad attitude years ago when I was a flight attendant. And I really hated that job. It just didn't suit me. And I was complaining to my spiritual teacher, Charlie. And he said, as long as you are doing that with so much resentment, you have a lot to learn. So you keep that job. And every time you are asked to do something, respond with, I'd love to. Which at the time, just like, are you kidding me? And he said, learn to serve in life with love, and your life will become quite miraculous. So I did that because I wanted to be a good student. And he was a really great teacher. Although I will say the task itself really challenged me. Going into the airplane, would you get me another cup of tea? I'd love to. Would you put my bag away? I'd love to. And inside, my barking dog ego was like, do it yourself. But I got on board and I started doing that. Well, it went from I hated the job to I actually started loving the job because people started being super nice and responsive to me. And after 3 months, I got a call from my supervisor who said that they were offering leaves of absence with benefits, including free travel, and would I like one? And I was like, oh my God, I'd love that. And I think that it was really a consequence of my change of attitude and my ability to serve with love in my heart. Life does ask things of us just to get by and coexist with others, but this is a really big game-changing tool. After that happened, I'd love to has really become a big mantra of mine, that if I have to do something, I really do work very hard to come at it with love in my heart. And you know the end result of that? I have had a very lucky life. I have attracted some incredible blessings. I have had people say, you are the luckiest person I know. But I really want you to know that I'm not that lucky. It's just a direct, predictable consequence of living with the energetic field of the heart leading. And with that response to life, instead of I hate that and I hate this, I'd love to. I'd love this. And if you don't really love it, at least you can choose to do what's required of you with love as a gift to yourself. Now, we've probably heard this before. I'm sure this is not the first time this has been suggested to you, but what I will suggest is we're at a tipping point on the planet. So everything is being accelerated. This fifth dimension energy is pulling us up. So if you lean into this empty and this heart space and I love and I love and I love too, in terms of your action and energy, within a very short period of time, you will start attracting miraculous responses from others and from unexpected places. I didn't expect to get a leave of absence with free travel, but it allowed me to move to France and go to school. It was a miracle. I've had so many things that I call a miracle, but they are directly corresponding to the frequency of I'd love to. So I invite you to try it. And I invite you to leave comments about your results. So it's like breathe into love, empty the garbage. I love becomes your primary leading words. I love this, I love that, I love life, I love jelly beans. But when asked to engage, not only have the heart, have the spirit of I'd love to, and you shift your frequency and identity from headspace, third dimension, frustrated, freaked out, exhausted ego, to energized, creative, attractive spirit. It's pretty impressive. I'm telling you, it's pretty impressive. And so that is my message for today, is I really want to move you into this heart space. There are some secondary gains. Your intuition opens up, your power of attraction amplifies, your health improves, you sleep. People start giving you gifts. You start attracting some very positive opportunities. I am not exaggerating. This is something you can track. This is something that you can actually, you have to do it more than once or twice and then go, oh, whatever, that didn't work. It's a change. That's called a change of heart. And the actual change you're making is you're opening it. That's the new human. And it's those of us in the fifth dimension who live with open heart that are going to heal the planet. And you are called here today because that's what your spirit wants to do for yourself, for your immediate life, and for the planet yourself, to contribute. So you start in these baby steps. You breathe in love. You empty the garbage. You look with love. Your eyes look for and with the things you love and identify what you love, and you act with love, leading with the phrase, I'd love to. Thanks for tuning in. This is a very important, it was a game-changing message and lesson for me. I hope it will be for you as well. If you like it, please leave a thumbs up. Please subscribe, hit the bell to come back. And for those of you who've been staying with me, I love you all so much. I'll see you next week. All my love.